Published 10/16 EDT, the 17th of October 2017. Updated 11/28 EDT, the 17th of October 2017. Craig Shakespeare has been sacked as the manager of Leicester City only 4 months after succeeding Claudio Ranieri on a permanent basis. Sportsmail understands the 53-year-old was called to a meeting with a club hierarchy on Tuesday to be told a decision has been made to dismiss him after a run of 1 win in 10 Premier League games that leaves the 201,516 champions in 18th place this season. The Foxes could only manage a 11 draw at home to West Brom on Monday night and have won just 3 times this term, with 2 of those victories coming in the Carabao Cup. Leicester have sacked manager Craig Shakespeare after 1 win in 10 Premier League games. Shakespeare talks to Riyad Mahrez and leads a warm-up before a game with Watford. Mahrez looks disappointed despite scoring Leicester's equaliser against West Brom Shakespeares. Assistant Michael Appleton has been placed in temporary charge. Shakespeare was sacked by Leicester at 2:30 p.m. after watching a training game against Nottingham Forest which featured first-team fringe players who had not been involved against West Bromwich Albion. The move has not been well received among senior players in the dressing room. Shakespeare is a popular manager and has been well respected since taking full-time control from Claudio Ranieri. Established members of the title-winning team believe he has been a victim of the problems the club had in replacing recruitment chief Steve Walsh, who moved to Everton. Midfield duo Kante and Danny Drinkwater have been sold to Chelsea and not adequately replaced. Shakespeare brought in players including Harry Maguire left during the summer window. The 53-year-old gestures on the touchline on Monday night left and stands alongside his predecessor, Claudio Ranieri, during his time as assistant manager. Right, Shakespeare looks on after replacing defender Danny Simpson on Monday night. NightAdrien Silva was bought from Sporting Lisbon for £22 million on deadline day, but the club have been unable to register the midfielder as the deal was completed 14 seconds after the cut-off point. Harry Maguire has been a hit after joining for £17 million from Hull, but reservations remain over signings from last summer, including Islam Slimani and Ahmed Musa. Marco Silva and David Wagner are young and hungry coaches, both admired by Leicester, although in work. Shakespeare only replaced Ranieri in June, signing a 3-year contract after guiding the club to Premier League safety during his spell as caretaker. He also helped steer the Foxes into the quarter-finals of the Champions League, having filled in after the popular Italian was sacked in February. Speaking after his appointment as permanent boss, Shakespeare said, "This is a really exciting opportunity for me to continue along this new path in my career and to continue to work with a club and a group of staff I've grown extremely close to." Demarai Gray, Kelechi Iheanacho, Mahrez, Jamie Vardy and Christian Fuchs LR warm-up ahead of Monday night's draw with West Brom. Nacer Chadli gave West Brom the lead with a superb free-kick at the King Power Stadium. "I'm grateful to the owners and the board of directors for their continued faith and support. Our preparations for pre-season and the new Premier League campaign have been ongoing for some time, but we can now move on with certainty and ensure we are well equipped to compete at the levels now expected of a club like Leicester City." Shakespeare was given money to spend during the summer transfer window, bringing in the likes of Harry Maguire for £17 million and Kelechi Iheanacho for £25 million. However, Leicester's form has been disappointing, with their only top-flight win coming against New Boys Brighton in August. Shakespeare and Tony Pulis half-and-half scarves were sold ahead of Monday night's game. Shakespeare's job was not believed to be under immediate threat, but Leicester's tie owners chose to act after watching Riyad Mahrez secure a point late on against the Baggies. Speaking prior to Monday night's game at the King Power, Shakespeare admitted that any Premier League boss could be as little as 4 games away from the sack. "It's the reality. We all understand that you can draw 4 games on the trot and the spin becomes that you haven't won for 4 games, he said. Shakespeare's assistant Michael Appleton left has been placed in temporary charge. The club remain admirers of Hull boss Marco Silva and Huddersfield's David Wagner. With the amount of coverage on TV and radio, social media and online comment, it's normal now to be questioned after 4 games. The key thing is don't try and get too agitated and upset if people don't like the way you're doing things. Of course it's lovely to be well liked, but for every pat on the back there's a kick up the bum coming in a week's time. As long as you're quite level with your highs and lows, you've got to maintain that, because ultimately it's the players and the owners who will have a bearing on how you succeed."